right, so here we are. We're with James Elliott, and we're going to be diving into a little bit more about what James does. So, we're going to be talking about how to scale your business by taking your time and freedom back. So, James, you mind telling us more about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, really, I'm a freedom first business coach, and what I really love to do is help purpose driven entrepreneurs who are done with excuses, done with the overwhelm, the burnout, the suffering, and really finally ready to step into the leader they need to be, the CEO they need to be to achieve their big vision that they can't let go of. Typically, I help people stuck between 5K a month, 12K a month, working crazy hours, doing most work themselves, and helping them, like you said, scale their business and grow their business, make more money by taking back their time by doing less. It's pretty exciting and it's pretty kick ass.
Awesome, awesome. So, could you tell us more about how you go about supporting them? You said you help them scale. Could you tell us more about that?
Yeah, I have a really cool three pillars, just like a stool. It takes three pillars, three legs for a stool to be stable. And so the first biggest thing we look at is performance psychology. A lot what happens between the ears. There's a lot important stuff that happens between the ears, whether it's looking at inner conflict, limiting beliefs, or the stress, overwhelm, anxiety, overwork they're doing because their brain is actually using their amygdala back here in the brainstem area versus the prefrontal cortex, which is great at being creative, being productive, and getting great things done. Versus back here, it's fight, flight, freeze kind of thing. And most people are on this treadmill, rushing around all day, reactive. I get overwhelmed, burnt out, stressed out, you name it. And you can't effectively work and create and serve effectively that way. And that's why oftentimes the more you do, the less you actually get done, and we can help them scale their business by taking back their time. Again, first of all, helping them work on this with again performance psychology, and then looking at another pillar, which would be freedom first business strategies. Okay, let's look at strategies to again be freer, take back your time, your freedom. Work from the Caribbean like you and I do. Work all over the world, anywhere you want with your business like I do. Bring your family if you want, friends if you want. And then an important third pillar I do is, of course, looking at the business structure. How is the business set up? Have you set it up to be a prison? Most business owners, unfortunately, have set this up to be a prison. Let's open the gate, let's throw open the gates, so to speak, and restructure the business so that it serves you and not the other way around. So that's, in a nutshell, what I do, and really helping people grow to 20, 30, 40, 50K a month, taking back their time and stopping the 50, 60, 70 plus hour work weeks. That's for sure. Because that's my belief and my what I teach people how to grow and how to scale and make more money is by doing less.
That's great. So, could you tell us more about what you or how what sparked this development of making more and doing less? Like, how did you what led you to this framework?
Yeah, great question. So again, as the saying goes, there's a blessing in every curse and a curse in every blessing too. But I've developed chronic fatigue syndrome years ago. I was literally burning myself out, running multiple businesses as well. I made great money and frying myself at the same time. I stopped loving what I was doing because a lot of what I was doing was not the stuff I loved. It wasn't the service, the content, the delivery, the speaking, the fun stuff like we're doing right now, adding value. It was all the minutia stuff and all the different hats, that our business owners typically wear. Doing everything myself, having to prove to, whatever, my parents or the bullies or the teachers or society that I was good enough and worthy and I could do it all on my own. I didn't need anyone. And that's complete nonsense. Because if you talk to any wildly successful business owner, they'll tell you that they didn't do it on their own. You can't do it on your own, and you don't want to do it on your own as well. Otherwise, you'll spend your entire day doing, 90% of stuff you don't love, and maybe 10% of your day you do get to do stuff you love. And that was me. 90% of my day was not stuff I loved. It's stuff I loathed essentially. And I'm like, this sucks. I'm burning myself out, killing my health. And I'm not really loving my business anymore because I'm doing like 10% of my day is what I love. The rest is stuff I loathe. I was waking up anxious. Monday mornings, Sunday evenings, I'd get anxious. I wouldn't enjoy Sunday evenings, fearing Mondays. And it was literally killing me. It was putting on weight. I was torching the muscle I was trying to build at the gym. And I was literally burning myself out, exhausted all the time. So I'm like, something's got to change. Something must change. Otherwise, I'm probably going to die. or just absolutely fry because, and I, after several burnouts, I'm like, this is it. Totally changed things. I looked at how others are doing this, how others are wildly successful, doing less, making far more money, having far more fun. And I looked at, okay, what do I need to change? And so created this system that now I teach to people to, yes, take back your time, your freedom, have a ton more fun in your business, and do less, do a lot less, especially the stuff that you don't love. And if we even look at Pareto's principle, Pareto's law, the 80-20 principle, I mean, if 80% of your results are gotten by 20% of what you do, even if you only, let's say you cut everything else, you don't have to, but let's say you cut everything else out, didn't do anything else other than 20% that got you the 80% of your results, you wouldn't have to really do anything else. And yes, we can also help you with the other 20 by automation, delegation, systematization, elimination, things like that. Yes, we can. You don't have to drop it, but even if you do, don't do any of that other 80. That you're still going to get 80% of the results and have 20% of the time input. It's a magic formula. So we basically help them 80-20 their business. And again, look at this thing, because this is also between the ears what gets in your own way and causes the bottleneck.
Great. So you've got three pillars. You've got these great tools. Could you tell us more about? You talk about the mental performance side, and obviously we connected through neurolinguistic programming, and I did your course there.
Yeah,
Is that something you bring in, or is that a core piece of the mental performance?
good question.
What's your take on that?
Absolutely great question. And yes, absolutely. I weave in tons and tons of stuff. Self-hypnosis to program yourself for success, to literally program yourself for success. A lot of NLP as well, helping you rewire your brain and working together for these big breakthroughs in things like limiting beliefs, inner conflict. Part of you feels this, part of you wants that, part of you thinks you need to do this because, parents or culture or religion, society says that you should do this or you should do that, or this is a good boy, the good girl. But then part of you wants to follow your heart, and part of you wants to do something totally different or do it a different way. Part of you is torn because, you've heard work hard, get a stable job, and work really hard, and all this nonsense. And in the age of AI and delegation and systems and virtual systems, you don't have to work really hard. Yes, you need to work. You need to do the work, take action. You need to work smart. You no longer have to work hard. I mean, yes, setting it up, sure. But then it's like getting up to speed in your car. It takes a lot more power to get up to speed in the car than it does, or on a bike, than it does to coast when you have it all set up. So it's looking like that, and helping them work and get past, again, the inner conflict that's exhausting and that takes them nowhere. Their limiting beliefs, the I should and people should all over themselves, and stopping that as well, and their own beliefs and bottlenecks. It's huge. So yes, we begin all these tools: NLP, limiting beliefs removal, self-hypnosis, fear and hesitation, procrastination tools and removal. Because most people have at least some idea of what they need to do to be successful, or what they could or should do to be more successful, but they don't, or they take years to do it. And there's a huge time, money, energy cost when you take years to do it, or you're in the lab building something for years or working on something for years, versus getting it done and then getting it right by putting it out there, getting feedback, testing it, trying it, see what people think. People love it, people don't love it, they love it half of it. Cool, I'll tweak it. But at your point, yes, absolutely huge thing. NLP, self-hypnosis, and some really cool cutting edge neuroscience tools to help them get past themselves, like I did. There's a lot of work.
Great. And okay, that's great. So you obviously have a lot of value to give to clients. And I'm curious, would you have anything that you would tell them, for somebody who's interested in working with you? What do they need to know?
Great question. That's a really I would say, look at what it's costing you not to have the vision you want, not to be as successful as you want, or to be somewhat semblance of successful, right? Whatever level of success you have, income, etc. What's it costing you not to have that success you want, the vision you want, the freedom you want? Maybe you have some level of financial success, or a lot of financial success, but you don't have either the relationships or the freedom, or like me, you were missing nieces and nephews, cool events and big events and special events, and they're asking me, Uncle James, why don't you come visit anymore? Why don't you come to our events anymore? And that just killed me. It was crushing me. I'm like, something's got to give, something's got to change, and now. And I looked at what it was and it was costing me a lot. It was costing me money because it was stagnant. It's costing me just relationships, friendships, intimate relationships, but also probably most importantly, time with family and friends that I was missing. Friends, I love my friends' kids. Time with them, going to their fun events too. So it was life. It was costing me life, and yes, it was costing me money too. And so my invitation to people would be really look at, and none of the BS of, oh, it's not that bad, or oh, it could be worse, or oh, whatever. No, really, your vision, what you want in your life, where you really want to be, and what you want to have, where you are now. If nothing changes, and if nothing changes, then nothing changes. It's not going to magically. I'm here to give you some tough talk because I love you. It's not going to magically change. Things are not going to magically improve all of a sudden by doing nothing. If nothing changes, nothing changes. So what is that cost of time, of money, of energy, of freedom, of purpose and passion to do 90% of what you don't love all day and to be stuck or stagnant, at least in the business, at a certain income level, certain work level, certain impact level, and maybe doing, only 10 or 20 or 30% all day what you love. I'll show you a way to do probably 95% all day of what you love, and the rest you don't have to do. And it doesn't have to get dropped on the floor. The balls don't have to get dropped. I'll show you also how to make sure it gets done, just not with your precious time. So that would be my invitation to people. Really, what's it costing you? Because you are ready. If it's in front of you, you're ready. Enough with the reasons or the excuses, or I can't until I'm not ready yet. Trust me, I get it. It's scary. It is scary as hell, revamping yourself, revamping your business. And it starts with you. It starts with stepping into the identity 2.0 or 5.0 or whatever of you, of the business person, of the business leader, of the CEO. And I'll help you step into that leader, the person you need to be, to have that vision you want. So how bad do you want it? When you want it, and what's it costing you every day, every week, not to be there now, and be really raw and real with yourself. Avoid buying any BS of, oh, it's not that bad, or with it. No, really, what's it costing you, and how badly do you want that? And how badly, and here's another one. What's it cost? What impact is it costing you? How many more lives? Because I love working with people who are purpose driven and impact driven. How many more lives could you change? How many more people could you help? Who else could you help? What is the cost? And what disservice are you doing to people who you could potentially work with, and many more people you could work with, help out? What is that cost of impact by not shifting, growing, changing? Because that is also huge, because that comes down to internal
Mm-hmm.
purpose. It's a huge cost.
Good point. Good point. Awesome, James. Is there anything else you wanna say on the recording for
Hmm.
anybody who's working with you?
I would just say to people, whether they choose to work with me or not, live in a wise mentor once told me, or one of our common mentors, live in effort. Or as Sir Richard Branson says, screw it, let's do it. Or like the Nike shoe says, just do it. Whatever you do, live it, and screw it, let's do it. And screw it, I'm going to do it. Take action. I said that when I jumped out of a plane and had an amazing parachute ride on the way down skydiving. Honestly, screw it, I'm going to do it, and really learn to fail forward, right? It's no risk, no reward, and most of the risks we take are actually teeny tiny. We're making a mountain out of a molehill, and I'll help you stop that and resolve that fear, neutralize that fear, so you can take forward. There we go.
Awesome. Well done. I hope that supports you, James.
Beautiful. Thanks for having me here on.
Sweet.
Appreciate you, bud.
Yes, sir.
Oh, thanks, Frank.